So SoFaygo's manager, which I don't even, it might not even be true, but we know that he's affiliated, so I don't know why he would be mad about this. But he was speaking on like this new trend of rappers that we talk about all the time, where like rappers, new upcoming rappers are trying to be all mysterious and everything, but they're just not to that size yet. And so like it almost doesn't work. Not everybody can be Cardi, not everybody can be Uzi, even though Uzi doesn't even try to be mysterious like that. I feel like he's out in the public all the time, but that we've also noticed that is a detriment, as opposed to Cardi. Like every time he even like farts outside, people start sucking it in with a vacuum and selling it on the dark web. But Barry Hefner, who we know is affiliated with SoFaygo. So, okay, even if he's not his manager or whatever, he called me and was like super mad about some shit. Like, don't try and put me against my own artist or whatever. I'm like, bro, I honestly, I agree with you. So I don't know why you're mad. I don't play these internet games, bro. But anyway, he said, trends that started in music that I never understood. Keeping your following count low to look like you're cooler than everyone else. The posting nothing on my main page and having my fan pages post everything. The signing to majors but acting like you independent. Well, I feel like already this low-key kind of, it's like he might be getting mad that the people are associating with SoFaygo, but like that's why when you're a manager, you got to be careful with what you say, because like even when somebody tweets, even when I tweet, there's always like some context to it. And so it's the artist that he's working with or the artist that he's seeing online that is making him confused as to why these trends exist, right? And the person that's closest to him that is like that actually does the things that he says is SoFaygo. I'm not necessarily saying that he is talking about SoFaygo, but that you just got to assume that the fans are going to think that, right? The I don't promote my own music campaign, surprise album drops, the I refuse to do interviews, I don't write my lyrics, I just punch in, I hate lyrical rappers because y'all be trying too hard, first week album sales, pointless convos. Okay, completely agree with all that. Actually, I like talking about first week sales because it kind of gives us an indication as to who is up right now. But anyway, a fan says, this describes Faygo. Then he says, describe every artist in today's music business, but young Faygo be doing it too. Lol. Okay, so there we go. It's a good conversation piece. We all agree. Not everyone could be Cardi, especially SoFaygo. I'm the one that's drawing the association. I don't care, whatever. Because that's why Yeet blew up and SoFaygo didn't. Because Yeet took the trend of the new music that he dropped with all the TikTok and like that sound, the alien synths and whatever, dropped 3 albums on it. And he capitalized and he ended up selling like 52 or 54K on his last album, and he blew up and now he's a mainstream artist, essentially getting streams in the top 50 artists in the world. And SoFaygo was actually bigger than Yeet at one point, but just waited so long. And so he did all the things that Barry Hefner described and it fucked him up. But as we've already talked about, this new Ye song was definitely a step in the right direction. So he's good for now, at least. I hope he continues to go along with that direction. Or maybe you fucked old Faygo up to give him that pop star aesthetic, even though that's not him at all, or decide to postpone all his projects thinking it's going to create more hype, trying to ignore all the hate. And then he says, it's crazy. Y'all really think someone is behind the doors controlling these artists. So it was... What he's basically confirming is that SoFaygo was the one who was delaying the project, probably trying to make it perfect, or actually he describes even more. Do y'all actually really be listening to how dumb that sounds? Trust me, I don't care what the internet says. My job is to manage a business to keep it profitable and progressing, so why would I do that? It's the internet and the pressure it puts on these artists. They try too hard to be perfect, trying to impress everyone, because all these motherfuckers do is talk shit, trolling instead of enjoy the music. We can watch the Nextel interview too. But it looks like Nextel did his job, you know? But I do feel like as management, you do have to point your artists in the right direction as to not do that shit or be like you're not going to do well. But all of these characteristics he said do apply to SoFaygo, especially the signing to majors but acting like you independent. Well, actually, he was the one that said way back that Faygo dropped with an independent distributor, and that's why Pink Hearts didn't sell too well, or it didn't get over 10K. But SoFaygo's up for sure. People do over hate him, definitely. Yeet manager got skill. No, for sure. They definitely did it right. Although I heard Yeet is the mastermind behind all of the antics. And I think that's what SoFaygo is lacking, like direction as to, like, you had to put his pedal on the gas and capitalize on the hype he was getting, especially with the Travis Scott cosign. If he dropped 3 projects in 2021 after me, he would be probably up where Yeet is. That's not even a hot take, bro. It's just that he waited too long and lost his hype. Like, that's just a fact. I think even his fans would say that. Faygo Ben said Cactus Jack had nothing to do with it. Yeah, no, I agree. It did not have to do with Cactus Jack. Like, we were all speculating that maybe because of the whole Astrofest tragedy situation, that maybe he was delaying it so they could get the Travis Scott feature. But they could be playing it like almost opium. Where I've heard is that SoFaygo is kind of like, he is Cactus Jack, but he isn't really, like, he has his own operation. He has his own team. It's not like they're all chilling every single day. Although I feel like that would benefit him, because other labels such as Opium, like, Ken and Lone are like this. They're always together. The Opium twins, they're playing snippets in the cars together. Like, it just boosts both of their audiences, because they're both if you're not even a fan of Ken or Destroy Lonely, like, separately, you're just a fan of one, like, you're gonna still watch the other, and it's gonna build hype for the other, and you see their name, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very synergistic. But SoFaygo's kind of on his own, so I feel like if he chill with Don Toliver or Travis Scott, I don't know how they are, but Travis Scott's so big, that would just be so easy to gain clout. But I also feel like Travis Scott's so big that it might be hard to chill with him, because he probably got a mansion in the hills that he just chills at and goes and does parties and does hella blow and fucks Kylie Jenner's buns. And it would just be hard to chill with that every single day. I'm sure he's, I don't know, like, they put handcuffs on his Utopia suitcase where his music was. So I can't imagine. Yeah, Travis too busy, probably. He's busy watching his kids. I don't even know about that. I bet you Kylie don't even watch her kids. She probably, like, puts them to sleep and shit, but they got nannies. I feel like when you're that rich, you don't even have to do that. All the other Cactus Jack artists under Atlantic, Faygo isn't. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. He did the independent route. So that's he has his own team, and they're making their own independent decisions. But I believe, from the talks that I've had with people, that the next project or the next album, maybe not the EP or a mixtape, whatever he's about to drop, is going to be a major distributor. So it's actually going to do some numbers, I would hope. But again, he's going in the right direction. But Travis probably, Travis probably the studio or just living the lifestyle. I feel like as a rapper, your life isn't really necessarily meetings, but you're off doing, like, bullshit all day to gain inspiration. Like, you go to the studio, you jump in the pool. Like, I always, not that I dream about, because I'm obviously not a rapper, but it would be cool to be a rapper, because even if you're not working, you're technically working, because you're just trying to have a rapper lifestyle, which is at least portrayed as pretty fun, fucking bitches and, like, doing drugs and whatever, which can have its downfalls. Kids, don't do drugs. But that just gives you inspiration to talk about in your songs. So that's, like, you can write off everything. Like, the IRS comes, so you bought $7,000 in expenses at this brothel, and you're like, well, I had to do it because I had to talk about it in a song and not lie. In general, rappers, please stop being mysterious. Just drop the music, and then especially when you're growing. Like Travis Scott, you see, he has so much hype for Utopia, like it's 24 songs or whatever. And people are hyped about it after 6 years of waiting, or 5 years since Astro World, because he already made it. But I feel like before, when he was still growing, he was dropping a tape every single year, or that's how artists should be. Again, not everyone could be Cardi and just drop a mixtape in 2017. And then your next one, what? Actually, Dilate dropped, what, 2018 or something? So it's not like he waited that long, but he got forced to drop it because they were going to leak Dilate. Maybe I'll talk about that in a video. And then wait till 2020. Not everyone can do that. People are going to roast Utopia when it drops. I feel like when you're just a big artist, for sure, you're going to get scrutiny, but I don't know. I feel like Utopia is going to be a great album. I think Travis Scott's one of the greatest artists in the world. And not necessarily like, I'm not talking about individually by his vocals or whatever, his beat selection, just overall his branding is on point. Like I like this whole, it's going to mesh well with the trend of AI, and like he's super futuristic, and that's what Utopia is about, like a perfect world. Like I just feel like he puts it all together super well, and that's actually a lost skill as being an artist nowadays. Like that's why, not that I get mad, but like I just don't care when NBA YoungBoy drops, because like it's just mixtape after mixtape. It's like there's no theme to it. I like to dive in. You're not gonna read just hella books like that. That's the reason that the cover of a book actually matters, is to entice you and get you excited about like the whole imagery around it. There's too many books to not market it well. Same thing with NBA YoungBoy. There's so many albums that drop on a weekly basis that you need to figure out a way to differentiate yourself.